Hey guys, and welcome to Outland. Wait, what do you mean I'm not in Outland? That's right, our first dungeon, our first raid for the Burning Crusade is Karazhan, located in Deadwind Pass in the Eastern Kingdom. The first raid of Burning Crusade. This was the raid that got me into raiding. Incidentally, I didn't do much raiding in Classic, but Burning Crusade is where it started. So, when it comes to these dungeons, I'm going to have a lot to offer. As you can see, I just came from AQ40. I had a lot of stuff, but don't worry. We got some
Blast.
options. Easy life. Already getting stuff. As stated in the AQ videos, in the AQ video, we got some options as far as what we're going to be getting. Because it is the month of July, we have our Collector's Bounty buff. This is going to increase the drop rate of all transmog and mounts in old dungeons. So if you're going through stuff right now, make sure to stop by an old dungeon for a mount that you really want. This boss happens to drop one. He didn't drop one today, but that's okay, because I already have it, so it doesn't matter. We're actually going to backtrack a little bit. The first boss is Tomb the Huntsman. Very easy. Step into the stables, run around, kill him. Sometimes he'll aggro all of the skeletons in the area, but not necessary. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to come over to this side. This is the servants' quarters, and I
Blast.
don't remember. There's an indicator that tells you what the what beast is gonna spawn, because it's a random spawn of 3 different things: a bat, a wolf, and a spider. We want obviously the bat or the wolf. We don't need anything off of the spider. Not that we don't love the spider, we just don't need anything from it. The only way to make these things spawn is by killing a lot of stuff in the in the servants' quarters area. I do like to start with whatever it is that I am like trying to get.
Blast.
That could be wrong. Could be maybe I'm supposed to do it the opposite way. No idea. Could not tell you. Oh, Shaddick the glider comes on down. Now they always spawn in the area, so it's spiders, bats, and then dogs. They always spawn in the area of the animal that they are connected to. And we got what we were looking for, and that's all that matters. Moving right along. We could make our way up through kind of like a back passage. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stick to the main route, just because if you don't care about getting all the transmog, if you just want to complete the dungeon, then feel free to make sure that you do that. Also, just to show you how close Deadwind Pass is, if you are from Alliance, you can literally fly there. It's super easy to get to. Make sure you go to the one that is on the ground, not one that is on top of, in like the scaffolding over there. Make sure you do the one on the ground if you want the raid. The other one is a instance dungeon that we'll get into way later in this series. Do not worry. Next up is Morose.
Blast.
This was a fun fight to do as a paladin because you had Blessing of Protection that would take off bleed damage. Moros. Do we need anything off of Moros? Well, another shard girdle and some wrist wraps. Unnecessary. We're gonna go through here completely ignoring most of the trash mobs in these areas. We don't need them. There are zone drops that we could be farming, But let's be honest. Zone drops are a little ridiculous. It'd be great if a zone drop friggin' dropped right there. I think that would be funny. I will say the soul essence that you get, very important for making soul cloth. If you're a tailor who's into like doing like old tailoring patterns, very important to get the soul to kill dudes for soul essence. Super important. It literally drops all the time. We got the gloves we were interested in. Let's keep it moving. Next up is going to be the Opera Hall. I liked the Opera event a lot. It is a fun, hilarious event. There are 3 different events that can occur on the Opera event. There is the what is it? The Wizard of Oz. It's Wizard of Oz, Romeo and Juliet, or the Little Red Riding Hood and the Big Bad Wolf. Each of them had such unique mechanics. They were all really cool, and I really enjoyed them. They were really fun to do, and I hope that we get to see some really cool ones. The crone is part of the Wizard of Oz. What's funny is that when this was redone, right? So they redid it for Return to Karazhan, the dungeon. As I mentioned earlier, they changed the lineup for the play is, so that way it was like a little bit more modern. So instead of Wizard of Oz, they had Wicket, which was like a spoof of Wicked. Instead of Romeo and Juliet, they had West Side Story, and then I cannot remember the other. Give me a second, because I can bring it up right now. I think it was BFA. We're looking at dungeons. Is it BFA or Legion? It's Legion. Or Beauty and the Beast. That was the other one, Beauty and the Beast. It was so good. Oh god, what an excellent dungeon. Tale of Forbidden Love. Alright, so we're not gonna get the crone, but there is a chance we might get Trial Fire Trousers. This is a common boss suit, so there's a specific boss suit that's dropped by each specific one. But they have the common boss suit that they can drop. The Trial Fire. Which aren't showing up over here. Maybe that's just common boss suit for everybody. Huh. Interesting. Oh, wait. All. There we go. So just like the actual Shakespearean play, Julian dies first, but she's not quite dead. But then Romulo shows up, and then we kill him. This fight was really tough. I remember this being a tough fight. Like you wanted Big Bad Wolf because it was easy. There's actual dialogue that happens in the play, which I think is a really neat touch. We'll take a masquerade gown, that's okay. I'm fine with that. I didn't know we needed it, but sure. Once we go outside to the Nightbane section, because that's the next area, that's when we're gonna sell. Having a vendor mount, I think, is super important for these dungeon runs. There's a lot of dungeons you can mount in. It's a pretty standard thing, I think, especially the longer ones. Probably bring some like swiftness potions too would also help. I don't bring them because I'm stupid. Blast. You're gonna keep going I feel like I sped through that section, but you go up, you follow up some stairs, you keep going. A lot of it's, I don't want to say straightforward because it's really not. You can either go through this, there's another entrance over there, and you just come in here. I'm in combat with something. I'm no longer in combat with that thing. Whatever it was. It might have been, sometimes I get in combat with, like, rats. Big question, do I want it? I already answered it, it's already no. Once you're in this area, you're gonna see this little guy right here, this blackened urn. You no longer, you used to have to do a long quest chain to open this up. You don't have to do that anymore. You can just get right into it. Homeboy's gonna show up. Boy Nightbane. Because you used to figure out, you used to find out why Nightbane was Nightbane. And like why he existed. You find out it was because he was a dragon that Medivh was not keen on. And he was like, you're going crazy. And he's like, I'll show you crazy. And he essentially burns him inside out. Which I think is kind of messed up. He's not going to drop below one life until he goes through both of his transition phases. Just the way it goes. He's going to keep doing that. We don't have to kill him or anything. That doesn't matter.
Blast.
Oh, I guess it's 3 transition phases. Oh, Searing Cinders. How it would hurt. He's gonna fall on the other side over there. Stompy stomp his way over. Easy. Oh, we're getting progress on our Traveler's Law. Did we get anything crazy? No, we're still missing that. You can go back out the same or a different one. This is the one that I pointed at earlier. The other entrance is under the stairs. So once you go back over here, you're gonna go up this ramp. Take this. Immediate left. Immediate left. Immediate left. Make your way up these stairs. I've done this a lot. For various different transmogs and stuff. And you keep going, you're just making your way up these like really rickety staircases and shit. There you go, you're gonna see this big old statue, you're gonna take the only other way to go. This way. And you're gonna go down, and this is what you're aiming for. You could kill all these things. I wouldn't. Because fuck those things.
Blast.
I can't remember if this aggro's anything. It doesn't. We're good. And we got a pet. Cool thing for these tier pieces is that you can mail them. They are warbound. You can mail them to anybody who you have who is of a high enough level who can use them. Menagerie Custodian. We're going to put him in a cage. Because it's going to sell really well. He didn't drop anything. It's Forest Wind Shoulder Pad. Wait a minute. Let me see those. I think I remember those. Those look familiar. I wish I could see the old stats on some of these. Oh no, I got outbid on my, something. Next up is going to be Terrestrian Illhoof. If you happen to have a Warlock character, feel free to bring them in. Make sure to kill Terrestrian. Him, Nightbane, and Netherspite are all technically optional bosses. I think, yeah. Might be a couple other optional bosses. If you're interested, let me see if I can find one.
Blast.
There are books on the ground that you can pick up that'll give you these, give you a fun buff. So, find one. Of course I can't find one. Alright, well, there used to be. They also didn't sell terribly bad, you know? Oh, strange staff.
Blast.
How strange. How a staff. I can't believe I still haven't gotten that strange staff. I've I've done this a lot. I've done this instance a lot. And I still don't have the best staff. Wink. Anyway, moving right along. Shade of Aram. One of the this is like a brick wall fight. One of those fights that everybody really tried hard, and it's funny to see fights like this, like in retrospect, because it's like this was such a hard fight, and like realistically, like the only part of it was like, don't move, and that was it. Like that was a whole mechanic. Do not move, and that was hard. That was hard for a lot of people. We'll kill Nether Spite. Nether Spite was also one that was like impossibly hard for some reason when we were doing it. I don't know if like the people that I was running with were just idiots. But it was such a hard fight. It's funny because like the first group that I did it with, like we were high up on the server, like we were doing pretty damn good for ourselves, and we could not figure out Nether Spite. Again, could have just been idiots. When you go into Nether Spite, you want to make sure you go up these ramps. There's another ramp right next to it that goes down. That's where we're going next. We kill Nether
Blast.
Spite. We leave. He does drop this, which is used for a reputation for the Nether Wing in Shadow Moon. Shadow Moon? Shadow Moon. Shadow Moon Valley. That's the one. So if you wanted to use it for that, it's a good way to farm Nether eggs. It's like a once a week Nether egg. It's fine. Next up, make sure to stop at this vendor and come talk to him. He has a couple of patterns he can sell you. No, it doesn't do anything, I guess. Couple patterns to sell you. The nether egg cannot be sold, so you do have to delete it if you don't want it. And then the next part is one of the more interesting parts of this, and it's the chess event. The chess event is weird. That's all I can say about it. In order to start it, you do have to talk to your faction's leader. So if you're Alliance, you would talk to King Lane. Since I'm Horn, I'm talking to Blackhand. It does have that offer help thing. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel out of that fucking thing. It does give you this little debuff. I can't do it. Used to be able to cheese that. Looks like they're progressing on this side, so I am going to move my wolf up here. Wolf, much like your knight. Once you have your guy moved, you can cancel out of it. You're only one person. There used to be like a bunch of people who would be in charge of doing this. You know, you had your entire raid group, you had 10 people. Oh, we're not gonna do anything. We have this debuff that we have to wait for it to move. You don't have to do anything super crazy, you just have to kill King Lane. I do like the rooks the most. So I'm gonna leave him to fend for himself. So I'm gonna leave him there. He's not gonna do anything spectacular. But what I will do is I will jump in this necrophyte. And I will cast Shadow Bolts at him. Oh, nice. That cleric will full heal him, but he's gonna get cooked no matter what. Yeah. We're also trying to not get our guy killed. We might actually lose. This is really weird because I've never had this happen. I normally play the rook first. Huh. I don't like that he is fucking this up. Alright, cool. Good. Good that we learned this about ourselves and about each other. That's how you fail at chess event. We gotta wait for it to be set, like reset by Medivh. It's funny because it's not normally hard, you know?
Blast. Blast.
Got it. 3, 2, maybe we just gotta be more aggressive. Why are you faced that way? I hate it when they do this. Oh. That guy got to move twice. I've been locked into this position. This friggin' footman's getting power healed. Two, one. Funny that Medivh cheats. Just very funny.
Blast. Blast. Now I can do that. Eh.
NPCs did it for me. See, sometimes it's like you get blitzed. I think you just really gotta be in and out of those things. Get them where you want, maybe do a thing, and then leave. That's what I would recommend. From there, we go up these stairs. We go up these stairs. You might think we stop, but we go up these stairs. We go in here until we see a greater flesh beast.
Blast.
Just the one by itself in a singular room. You can even open our map and we'll see that we're on the right path. This is Malkazar. This is the final boss. We gonna kill him.
Blast.
That's it. He also drops a pad, another space, that is pretty useful, I'll say. Some more tier pieces, also useful. But despite the chess event giving us a little bit of difficulty, it's really the only difficulty you're gonna run into in Karazhan. Karazhan's pretty easy, pretty straightforward dungeon, easy to get through. Obviously, if you have any questions, you can always comment. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more, and I will see you guys in the next one.